All right, so hello. Thank you guys for coming out to the Adapted Toys for Children call out. I'm recognizing a lot of names from Boiler Bash, the Be Involved Fair, stuff like that. So thank you guys for taking interest in what we have to say, and hopefully you guys are interested in sticking around for this semester. Let's see. You're going to be hearing a lot of stuff from us today. Kind of some of it might be reset from previous events, so some of it you might have heard before, but we're also going to go a lot more in depth as to who we are, what specifically we do from meeting to meeting, and how that's going to change from previous semesters to this semester with everything going on. But yeah, so let's get started. So who are we? This is our team. We currently have 5 officers in our roster. One of them couldn't make it tonight, but hello, I'm Cooper. I'm our president. I'm a junior in mechanical engineering, currently speaking to you from Miami, Florida, and my pronouns are he/him.
I'm Madison. I'm the vice president. I'm a sophomore in biomedical engineering, and I am on campus this semester.
Hi, I'm Andre. I'm a junior in computer engineering. I'm the treasurer, and I'm in Sao Paulo, Brazil, my hometown.
Hello, I'm Quinn Treber. I'm a sophomore in Pro Flight. I'm at Purdue campus right now, and I take the notes for each meeting.
All right, yep, so that's who we are. And our advisor, who made it out tonight, I believe, is Dr. Ann Lucieto. She basically is the one who tells us when we've been going too far, encourages us to, but also encourages us to go as far as we possibly can, knows which directions we should be going in. She also teaches a good amount of technical skills because she does work for Polytechnic. So if you ask a specific question about technical skills and we don't know it for whatever reason, we'll usually go to her and ask. But she's an awesome advisor, and you might see her around in a couple of meetings. So what is ATC? What is our mission? We are a nonprofit club dedicated to serving the disabled community of West Lafayette, and actually just the whole Lafayette area. We customize standard toys to better suit kids with special needs. You're going to be hearing that a lot throughout this call out. These are just some standard things down below, just some quick examples of what we strive for, not necessarily specific things that we've actually done. Who do we donate these toys to? Our community partner. This would be Glass. So if you ever hear us referring to something called Glass, it would be where we donate the toys. This is a special services school, the Greater Lafayette Area Special Services. They provide services for a wide range of kids. We've been able to visit there a couple times to drop off toys and hear from the teacher. We plan on doing a lot more visits in the future, hopefully bring a lot more members so they can actually see how the kids interact with our toys and what we could be doing better. So that's our awesome community partner. So what is it that we actually do? Like, what do we physically do meeting to meeting? We modify toys, I've said that a lot, to make it easier and more accessible for these kids to use. What does that mean? So we'll take in a standard toy from a donation or a purchase or something like that, and we look at it and we think, okay, in what ways is this not suitable for a child of this specific disability? We look at a few different disabilities in our work. And then we think, okay, so what can we do as engineers, technical students, or really just someone trying to help? What can I do to make this toy better for that kid? And that might come in a variety of ways, such as making a separate adaptation to connect to the actual toy itself, or by maybe removing a feature because maybe it's too much. So that's kind of our day-to-day stuff. As I said before, we also conduct school visits when we can, see how the kids interact with the toys and see what we could be doing better. So you can kind of see us in the top right picture, talking with the teacher as she looks over our work for the last semester. So we dropped off I think 5 toys last semester. So she was able to see what we were doing, give us some feedback, what she really likes about what we do. And it's really cute because you get to hear a lot of personal stories from the kids. We actually had to take a toy back this semester because the kid was playing with it so much. She actually broke it this semester, but she loved it, and we hope to get it back to her as soon as possible. We also receive broken, specialized or pre-adapted toys from the school and fix them. So that lamp is our work, but we got to fix it up anyway. But that's not really what I mean. we'll take in other like specialized toys that are already meant for kids with disabilities. Say a kid broke it, we'll just fix it up and send it back. So it's just kind of like another way of working with toys. It requires kind of like a different mindset. We also put on technical workshops for different Purdue students. This is really open to everyone. It's a good way to kind of get our reach out there, provide a service to everyone in the school. And really, if you're interested, it's a good way to hone in your technical skills like soldering or 3D printing, stuff like that, stuff that we use to adapt our toys. So if you're interested in that, this might be a good way of getting better. Our outreach and additional resources for families in this community. This is something that we're working with now this semester. We actually just got in contact with a parent in Pennsylvania, and we're hoping to kind of like start some outreach there. She was interested in what we're doing, and we're hoping to actually help out different families and stuff like that this semester. So more on that in future meetings, hopefully. So why do we do all this? Some of you might know, some of you might not, but these toys are really expensive. Bottom line, the specialized toys are extremely expensive. So you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. You either have to buy a normal toy or standard toy, whatever you want to call it, that's like that's cheaper but like isn't suitable for your child, or you have to buy a really, really expensive specialized toy. So like what I mean is you'll see some kind of like specialized toys down in the right-hand corner here. And what that looks like is, so it's not that special of a toy, it's just a few buttons, light up sounds, stuff like that, but it's $50. And then that's not even the whole thing, because you need to buy an accessory for it, which is $30 and above. Some of them are like $60. It's you can see in the bottom left. So that's like $100 that you're shelling out just for this kind of simple toy that doesn't really do that much. So our services are generally free to whoever we donate the toys to. Like I said, we donate the toys to a school free of charge, and we're just kind of trying to provide the best service that we can to help reduce these costs. This is some of our work. We have a standard button adaptation up in the left-hand corner. This is one of our most common things. It's meant for kids with physical dexterity issues. You might be seeing it a lot this semester, depending, or future semesters when we adapt toys hands-on. Up in the bottom right, or in the top right, you'll see a component that we actually designed for a broken toy. So one of the toys we got was broken. We had to get access to it, and that required us to actually break off a piece of it, unfortunately. So right now we're designing a piece to seal it back up after we fixed it. So that's one of the examples that we did of a broken toy that we fixed. This is another one, the bottom left, a fan that wasn't working. It was also a specialized toy that we fixed up and sent back. Still working to this day. This is a toy in the bottom right where we removed a feature because it ended up being too much for a child, like a pullback feature. So like, say a kid can't walk very well, so pullback car might not be suitable for them. So we remove the pullback feature, because like if the toy zooms off and you can't go after it, then that's it, unless you can get someone else to get it for you. So that was just kind of an example of removing features. It's another common adaptation we do. All right. How to get involved. There are three main ways to do that this semester. And by that, I mean there are like three groups that we kind of decided to go with. Normally, we would just kind of have everyone kind of come in, work on what they want, and not really have like a structure to it. We were pretty like free flowing with it. But one of the groups are, because of everything that's happening, we wanted to kind of like give it more structure and break it up a little bit more evenly. So one of the ways that you can get involved, one of the groups is virtual toy adapting. What this will look like is, so families and organizations, kind of the outreach that I was talking about before, may come to us this semester with toys that they would want to be adapted. Like they want to learn how to adapt toys for themselves. And they can come to us from around the country, around the world, even if they'd like. And we, as Adapted Toys for Children, will come up with a plan for them to properly adapt their toys. So we can recommend tools, specific methods that we've worked on in the past. And you might be wondering how we can get specific details about a toy when we don't have it on us. Well, we can just ask the parents in between meetings or during meetings possibly. And I think that this could be a very good way to actually spread out what we do and spread our knowledge to different members and people around the world. And yeah, this might be the best option for people who want to focus on child disabilities, because if you have certain knowledge in about how these types of children operate, we are very open to your experience and what you know and what we could be doing better. So this might be the best for that kind of particular student. But we're really open to everyone. If you want to work remotely, that's great. If you're on campus or distance, that's also fine. I'm distance and I'm going to be working in this group. So yeah, that's just, this group is open to all members. If you want to work with your technical skills or just would like to focus on child disabilities, this might work for either type of student. But our next group will be run by Madison.
So this next group is for students who are on campus and would be able to hands-on toy adapt. So actually working with the toys, taking them apart, making the changes that we would make. Our current plan is to send you home with a toy and a small toolkit so you can work on the toy and look at it during our online meetings. And then during these meetings, we can like walk you through what you're looking at. You can propose ideas to us, just talk about the toy, brainstorm modifications, things like that. And then we'll have a sign-up sheet go out for the people who took toys home. You can sign up to work with me one-on-one, and we'll actually put the modifications into action. And I'll like supervise, make sure we're not doing anything terribly bad to the toys. And you can actually finish your adaptations, maybe, I don't know. We don't have access to all the tools we normally would because we can't use the labs where we would use like drills and soldering irons and things like that. So we're a little limited, but we're gonna do as much as we can in person and online.
Yeah, well said. So our last project will be the button project. So this one's actually kind of unique. It's starting up for the first time this semester. We got a good amount of the planning done last semester, the approval done, the button project. So as I mentioned before, you may have seen a couple different types of large buttons. This is a very common adaptation and like I said, very expensive for families. A few people around the world have tried their own methods of adapting standard buttons to make them compatible with a lot of toys. What we're going to try doing is we are going to design our own 3D printed button. The modeling system right now will depend on what's best for everyone. So we may use Inventor, CATIA, whatever you're comfortable with. I know mechanical engineers have to take a class in CATIA, so that might be more comfortable for you. Other people are comfortable with other things. So yeah, we're just trying to provide a better alternative to the $30 and up buttons. And that's open to all students because it will be designed remotely. And when it comes time to 3D prints, that will probably just be done by one person anyway, so there's really no point in having to be in here in person for that anyway. So yeah, that's the plan with the button project. If you're interested in 3D modeling or designing, or really just kind of want to get some input on this, this would be for you. All right, just a quick recap, 3 methods for getting involved: planning, toy adapting virtually, adapting toys hands-on, and the button project. I kind of want to open this up to a quick question break just because I have a little bit more info to get into. But if you guys have any specific questions about the different projects we have going on, now would be the time to ask.
Do you guys have a calendar that you update throughout on an email chain, or how does that work? Like for upcoming meetings and stuff like that?
Well, meetings are held weekly. Every night here, or every Tuesday, sorry, at 7 via Zoom. We'll be sending out emails, more info on that later, but it's usually just weekly stuff.
Okay.
Like groups 1 and 3 will be for that, and group 2 might be the only one that's like doing stuff outside of the meeting, and that's if you want to meet up with Madison.
And are there any fees that we need to pay ahead of time, or would that also be covered in the email?
No fees.
Okay.
Nothing like that. Anyone have any more questions? All right.
Do you need people to provide 3D printers for this sort of stuff?
Let's see. Well, typically where we're based, and now I'm starting to think I should have said where we're normally based, is a 3D printing lab, actually. That just ended up happening out of convenience, not even for this specific project. But we do actually have access to some 3D printers. But I mean, are you offering?
Yeah, I have like 7 at home. that I'd be willing to put to use if we want to make like a bunch of buttons or anything.
Oh wow, okay. That's awesome. We could talk more about that like later on as it comes time to actually 3D print them, because a lot's going to happen between now and then. But thank you so much. That would be awesome, and I'll let you know about that in the future.
Okay, cool.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Notes, just we're open all majors. No experience required. We'll help teach you what you need to know. You don't need to be an engineer as a major or not, or anything like that. We'll help teach you everything you need to know about adapting toys. It's generally pretty simple anyway. It just takes a little bit of practice at first. And yeah, you could switch between groups at any time. Just give us a heads up if you are. And that's the specific groups. Future things that we'll be doing this semester as well. We're hoping to get some guest speakers in here to talk about the different aspects of what we do, stuff like that. So like say, we're not exactly going to be able to visit the school that we donate these toys to this semester to visit the kids for, social distancing reasons. So where we might be lacking that component of actually being around the kids. So having a guest speaker come in and tell us like what that experience is like and what what we should be looking out for might help improve upon that. And just while I'm talking about it, that kid aspect is something that we definitely are looking to increase in the future. So if you're here for that, for working with kids, that is something that we will try to do the most of this semester, but will come up hopefully a lot more in future semesters when things go back to normal. Virtual workshops. So like I mentioned, we put on workshops for students, for all Purdue students. What that would look like this for semester is, due to social distancing, we're going to put it on virtually. We might try to teach you something like 3D printing or 3D design or something like that. We have a few ideas going around right now. So more on that later. Same thing with guest speakers, more on that as it comes up. Social events. We do hope to have our first social event this semester. What that might look like is maybe a movie night or something else if anyone else wants to do a specific thing. But yeah, we are hoping to have something fun for you guys. And future semesters, like I said, school visits, interacting with kids, that's hopefully something we're going to be doing a lot more of in the future, and more hands-on toy adapting. So like last semester was a lot of come in, just work with whatever toy you want to, pass around tools, all that good stuff. And yeah, but that's going to be a little bit limited this semester, as Madison said, but normally it would be a lot more. So, all right. Weekly meeting times. Every Tuesday is the plan from 7 to 8 via Zoom. Just like right now, meetings will be recorded and sent out on our YouTube channel. Just Adapted Toys for Children on YouTube is the name of our channel. We will send a link in the chat and or email. I send a lot of emails, so be ready for that, I guess. But yeah, you'll get future information on that link soon enough. We're flexible with attendance. Come when you can. We're not gonna like force you to come to every single meeting, but we would like for you to. Yeah, just come to what you can. You'll be more involved with what we're doing. You'll know more things. So next week, we'll be having a starter presentation on how we adapt toys, and hopefully we'll actually be able to start the subgroup work. So like last semester, we kind of just threw toys at members and kind of was just like, hey, we're giving you a lot of creative freedom. What do you want to do with this toy? And that didn't necessarily work for everyone. So this semester, we're going to kind of do things a little bit more structured, and we're going to kind of just show everyone, what we typically do and what kind of things they require for each process. The presentation will just give you an idea of that, and it's strongly recommended for all members. If you've been with us for like, I don't know, since like fall 2018, then I guess you don't have to come because you've probably been working on a lot of toys from then. But like anyone in the past who's just been with us for like the past year or is new with us now, we recommend coming because it'll just give you like a standardized idea of what we're doing, and it will kind of give you an idea of where the freedoms are too. And all right, so if you want to join our group chat, here is our QR code for that. If you would like to fill out a survey, I would greatly appreciate it because it'll give you an idea of like it'll give us an idea of what groups you want to be a part of. The links are down there as well if you guys want to do that. yeah, but the survey will just ask, what group do you want to be a part of? Do you have anything that we should consider about you joining the club? Any particular interests? What we could do to help make your experience with the club even better. But yeah, this will just give you access to group chat and other feedback. Does anyone have any questions while I'm allowing people to do that?
Will these also be provided through email? These links, these QR codes, or should we get them now?
I'd recommend you do it now, just because I'm
Okay.
gonna be working at the email list later. I'm not sure. Yeah, we typically communicate via email or GroupMe. If neither of those work for you, let me know. I guess now, because I guess it's not like you can email me about it, or just a future meeting, I guess, if you want. Yep, and Madison explained that well. Outside of meetings for the second option, it'll just be like an hour setup, probably one per student, but maybe more than one per student if things work out that way, to meet up with Madison and work on toys, but just for an hour outside of meetings most likely. Also, you'll need to pick up the toys, so I guess it's like 20 minutes most.
Did you say that next week, sometime next week, we'll be doing a meeting regarding like how to make toys?
Yeah, how to adapt them, how we typically do things.
Okay. And is that being?
I'm sorry?
And that's being done over Zoom?
Yeah, same way as now. We'll send out a link
Okay.
to that in an email or the GroupMe too. Sorry? Yeah.
And I'm sorry, is there somewhere that we should pick up materials or anything, or just go to the meeting?
Materials are really only needed for the second group. So
Okay.
that'll be like meeting up with Madison outside of it and stuff. And next week,
Yeah.
it won't just be the presentation. It'll also be hopefully starting new subgroups. And stuff like that.
Cool. Thank you.
And we also have social media up in the top left if you're interested. Easiest option. Yeah. Yeah, if you have no experience, I mean, to be honest, any of these might work. Well, maybe not the third one. That one we would kind of need you to know what you're doing probably. But if you want to join the second club, that's totally fine. The second group, that's totally fine too. Okay, yeah, people are joining the group chat. That is amazing. Yeah, this is basically the end of our call out, by the way. Thank you for coming out. If you're not interested in the club, shoot us an email. Let us know what we're doing wrong. It would really, or not what we're doing wrong, but what we could be doing better for future students, what you think, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll stick around for questions if you're interested. And if you have something else to do, feel free to go do it, I guess. But join the GroupMe. Fill out the form, please. I will greatly appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for coming out.